don't know if I have a problem, but you know, when you see a deal, you can't pass it up. And yeah, I think I have a sickness now with ammo cans. Don't know where this came from, but I found one that I didn't have, and I just had to pick it up. And then there were there were two others there as well. Let me show you what I found. There they are. 30 cal ammo cans. And yeah, they're in some strange colors, and I'm going to talk about that first here. But you know, the thing about them is these. Okay, so let's kind of start off. You know, you had the wooden ones from, you know, World War I, and then you come to this one here next. This is your World War II era 30 cal ammunition can, or they got ammunition box, but on it, you know, cal, you know, .30 M1, and this one here, I believe, is Reeves. Yeah, Reeves with the flaming. I love that flaming cannonball on it. So you have those. In the 50s, they come out with the M19A1, which is this right here. These are M19A1s, and then there was the M2A1, which was the 50 cal, which is the current ones that you see today. But there were some changes over time, even with the M19A1, and that's what's kind of special about this one here. So let's check it out. If you look on top, you know, on this one over here, remember on the bottom, right there, you have which way you're supposed to load the belted ammo into. So this would definitely be for a 1919. All right, this is definitely a 30 cal ammo can. So when you, this is kind of cool, when you look at the top of it there, check it out. They have a bullet on the top, or not a bullet, I'm sorry, a cartridge case on the top to show which way the ammo is to be loaded in, or, you know, basically which way the ammo would be. Because, you know, the ammo would come out of here, and I'll show you here next what it would look like. But, you know, you would open it up, and then the belt would feed this way. Here's what's interesting, and this is what's kind of special about this, because typically, you know, they're painted like this. Here, you know, they're green. Okay, we'll talk about this one shortly. World War II. I am pretty sure this is Korean War because of this here on the top. It's going to be tough to tell what these are. They're probably from the 50s, but we'll talk about that shortly here. But check this out. All right, this is kind of what helps you here. Let's kind of do it this way. It might look a little easier. Yeah, so here is the stamp that's on the side. That's going to tell us all the information that we need. Now, there is something underneath it. If I kind of do this, you can see. And this, what's kind of interesting about this ammo can, you can tell it was painted green, just like the other ones, but it has red paint on it. Now, definitely, there was some information on here that the red paint was put over a stamp. But this stamp, this stamp is on the red paint. So, I'm going to put it out there to my military buddies. What's going on here? I've been trying to find, I've searched and searched the internet about red painted ammo cans, and I really haven't found anything. I've seen some on eBay, and they were like World War II ammo cans. I think they were tank ones that were painted red. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, but let's check this out. So 250 caliber 30 cartridges linked. This is what's pretty neat. 4-ball M2 lot, Lake City 39805. Now, and then underneath, 1 tracer M25 lot, Lake City 12332. or 12332. Now, so what that means is, in that belt, 4-ball followed by 1 tracer. That was a standard for the 1919. And what's really cool is that this lot number right here, this Lake City 39805, I know that that's Korean War. And interestingly, the tracers were from World War II. The 12332, that's World War II era. So they got some Korean War ball ammo. They must have had a bunch of tracers, and they loaded them with tracers from World War II. Down here, functional lot. So this was probably repacked. And this is this Lake City, and I'm not sure when this is from, but I think I know when, because down here, you can bear, if you can read it, I'm pretty sure it says date, and it's something 57. So this was probably repacked in 57. And when I look at what's underneath the paint, it does say that. If you can see it, it's right, let's see if I can get it, but right here, right down here, it says repacked. There's information on there. I've been trying to sort it out, but I can't. I can't tell if there's a lot number underneath there. But it's interesting because it's the same information. Pretty much the same information here. So I am probably going to leave this painted red because this stamp is on top of the red. This can was painted red and then that stamp put on it. So what was it used for? Where was it at? That's a question I pose. I haven't been able to find that yet. But interesting can. I'm just going to clean it up and it's going to stay that way. On to these. So we have this one here. It's been painted blue. Now again, I can't find anything about these things being painted or anything like that, like a color. This has definitely been painted over. But what's wild about this one here, you can see on the side it says part. But at some point, it was used by the carbide metals for industry, mine tool division, Shinstown, West Virginia. So this was probably used in a mine. Now, I'd imagine these things are, just like today, you can buy scores of them. So I guess the mine maybe bought a bunch of these. So I don't know if the mine painted this blue. That's probably what happened. But I'm interested to try to take this paint off because I'm interested to see what it says underneath here. I think the lot number will give me an idea, if I can see that lot number, what it was used for. Maybe, this may not even be for linked ammo. It could be just bandoliers. So I'm going to try to find that out. This one here, I think, tells an entirely different story. Now, when you look at the lids of these, all right, you see it's got that rubber, is it a foam? Oh no, it's a rubber gasket. It's got a rubber gasket, and you see this piece right here too, all right? Well, when you look at this one here, look what it's missing. It's missing that entire piece that has that gasket in it. It is not there. And it's also missing this little, you see this down here, which kind of helps you pull it to open up. It's missing that as well. This also appears to me to not have any green paint on it underneath this blue. Because typically when these things scratch, this is a pretty durable green paint. There's no green paint that I can tell anywhere underneath this. So, unfortunately, I think if I would try to strip that paint off, I don't think there's anything underneath it. I don't think we're gonna get an idea of when this was made, except for the fact that it was manufactured by SCF, which I think is like standard something company, not Standard Container Company or something like that. But I'm not going to get much more off of it than that. So that's probably going to be, like I said, they're made the same way as today. Now this one here, 7.62 millimeter M13 cartons. It is, Lake City, whatever. But this one here, it's got a belt in it. But on the back, that's what I want to show you. Manufactured by the same company, SCF. But you see here, M19A1. This is the new style. They didn't have that on there. And it says 96. So I know that this one was made in 96. Now, with no embossing on the back of it like that, we know that these are pre-1992. I think it was in 1992 that they started, you know, embossing the date of manufacture. So we'll see. Hopefully I can pull some of that off, but probably going to keep that one the same. I'll probably paint this one. This one here I'm going to try to strip and see if we can get any information off of it. All right, so the one blue ammo can that I had, not the really vibrant blue one, because there's nothing left on that. I'm just going to sand it and paint it. But check out, I scraped the one side just to get an idea of what was there, and check out what I found. So there we go. Put something under it here. Let's see if we can prop it up a little bit. A little easier to see. So there it is. 200 cartridges. This is, I think that's a NATO symbol. But 7.62 millimeter NATO M80. And it's cartons M13 lot LCL 116143. So I did a little research. And the 143 code would be for 7.62 ball. The M13 refers to the link, and you can see that's the link symbol right there. So this was linked. It was Lake City ammo, and M80. I think the M80. If I actually think this refers to. I don't think there were any tracers in this. Because the code here was just for ball. I think there's a code for tracer or ball with, you know, ball and tracer ammo in there. Of course, probably like 4-to-1. But 200 cartridges. So what would it have been was, oh, and there's a symbol right here if you can see it. It's kind of like a box, but it has a triangle cut out. That was the mean cartons. So there would have been 2 cartons in here that would have had the linked ammo, and I think they had a bandolier. So that's what would have been in here. Now what's really cool is some said, hey, check on the lid, because it might tell you what it was for. It might say M60. There it is. Check it out. So on the top, it has yellow here, and right here, for MG, M60, M73. Not sure what the M73 is yet. Haven't figured that out. I don't know if that's a date code. I have no idea. I have not been able to figure out when what the Lake City coding is for it, what year. I have no idea. You know, it's well, knowing right now, it's 7.62 millimeters, so it's definitely Vietnam era and on up to whenever they stopped, you know, using the M60. So it's probably, I mean, I don't know, maybe it is Vietnam era. If not, you know, 70s, 80s probably. So pretty cool, but my dilemma is, what do I do? It's kind of crappy to have a can looking like that. I think what I'm going to do is I've taken pictures of this. I know what the size of lettering is. This is Arial bold font is what that is. Or maybe not, just Arial font. It's a 1/2 inch. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to get most of this blue paint off, sand it. It's going to take this off. But like I said, I've taken a bunch of pictures of it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to refinish the can and put that back on there. You know, I think it'd be kind of cool, because right now. Okay, so I'm getting ready to put on that, well, it was a stencil then, but I'm not doing stencil. I'm going to paint it by hand. But all the information was on this, on the side of the ammo can from probably the Vietnam era, the one that was in, it was for use for an M60 machine gun. So let me show you what I'm doing. All right, here we go. So what I did was, that's my template. This will go on top of the can. But what I did was, I got some, you know, carbon paper. I'm just going to trace it right on. And I did. So I traced right over it. Now, I just got to use a steady hand and use some paint. I'm going to use some of this paint right here because it was yellow. And do the best I can, you know. We'll see what it looks like. You can see. All right. It's done, and I have to say, I'm actually really happy with it. I think it came out looking great. It'll probably put it on the shelf and just set it up there and just admire it. Check
There it
this
is.
out. I think it looks fantastic. This little spot was painted yellow, so I did the same thing. And here's your, for cartons, as you know, it's linked for MG, M60, M73. I'll talk about this in the video a little bit more, but not right now. But I'm going to tell you why there's M60 and M73 on here. But check it out. There it is. The exact info that was on the can that was just too destroyed to look at, to try to see. And yeah, I hand painted it. But you know what? It kind of looks not too... I think it looks pretty good. Because, you know, when you look at the, you know, that one there and that there, it don't look too bad. I kind of like it.